Hello and welcome to the Productivity Pep Talk. This is your place to pop in for just a few minutes every weekday to get inspired, get connected, and get clear on how you want to show up in the world today. Why? Because every day matters. Hi, I'm your host, Elise Enriquez, and it is my mission to change the way that people think about productivity. What if being productive wasn't about getting more done? What if being productive was about living an everyday life you love while still moving forward what matters most to you? This means being clear about why you're here, what you believe in, and what you're trying to create in this world. And of course, having the systems you need to make all of that a reality. That's what we focus on here. So are you ready? Let's get things started with, of course, before I go to the question of the day, I started our broadcast a little bit late this morning. Is anybody else hungover from the debates last night? Because holy moly, that was painful. So I think I'm still recovering from that. So anyway, let's go on with the question of the day. What is one bold action you could take today? All capitals, today. So be thinking about what has been sitting on the back burner. Be thinking about the things you've been wanting to get to and you just haven't. Be thinking about that project that it's like you actually know what the next thing you need to do is. You're just not doing it. So check in with yourself to see what's going on there and what is one bold action you can take today. Now, I always like to remind people that action is usually small. Action is something I could witness you doing. Action is something where I could say, I walked into the room and I caught you making progress on this thing. What were you actually doing, right? It's actual action. It's physical. It's visible. It's something that you could describe really clearly to someone such that they could see it for themselves. But that doesn't mean the action is big, right? So you could, the bold action you could take could just be a small next step, and that is totally okay. So I'm curious for you, what is one bold action you could take today? All right, let me know in the comments. I want to support you and encourage you and keep you moving along. For me, oh yes. So Kim's gonna do the 3 next actions we decided yesterday. A lot of times in the GIST program, I borrowed next action language from David Allen in his book, Getting Things Done. So next action is a phrase I use a lot. And yesterday, Kim and I did some coaching work together and identified her next actions on some projects that she's working on. And so she's going to work on those next actions today. And so, here we go. Yay. I was about to say something about it, but she did it for me. They are all little, but would be greatly impactful. That's the thing. Sometimes the next action, like in a couple of these cases, is just sending an email. So what is the bold action that you could take today? And if that bold action has anything to do with, getting stuff done, then it might be reaching out to me, and that's okay too. All right, speaking of getting things done and all that kind of stuff, I want to highlight another component of the GIST program real quick. One of the things that we do in GIST is not just about having all the places to keep things and having your system to hold things. GIST is about changing your way of thinking about productivity, changing your way of thinking about projects and actions. So you just heard me talk about what is the next action. Well, I have outlined an entire thinking process to help people go through the stacks of stuff, go through the to-do list, go through all the notes in the journal, go through, all the ideas you've gathered up in that app that you're not doing anything with, right? To help you move into action or consciously and intentionally and with timelines on it, place things on the back burner. So we go through a process of decide and do, and then if necessary, task it. So this is one of the big things that we focus on in GIST. It's something that we are doing pretty much in every session. We take some time to focus on this. So if you need help thinking about how to move things forward, if you need a new process for how you go through things so that you can start moving things into action, GIST might be the right program for you. And if that's the case, just pop GIST into the comments and I'll get back to you. So our next group starts on Monday, which I'm very excited about. And so basically it's a 3-week program. In that 3 weeks, we build your bonus brain. So you have a system that holds everything that needs to be remembered. We give you, I give you 3 months of implementation support through live Q&As for 3 months. And then also 3 months of accountability sessions so that you can stay on track. So if that's something that you are interested in, please put GIST into the comments and I'll get you more information or just private message me, anything like that. All right, today is Wenneasday. Do I even have a Wenneasday image? I do. Oh, Kim says, this is super impactful on my thinking processes. Yay. Thanks, Kim. Good to know. Yes, Kim is a student of GIST, and that's been fun to have her part of that program and have her see from the inside out, how it is that I actually do things. All right, you guys, it is Wenneasday. It's where we look at a different aspect of the Enneagram. So the Enneagram is basically a personality system, and it describes these 9 fundamentally different patterns of thinking, feeling, and acting. And then each of us developed one of these 9 patterns to protect a specific aspect of ourselves that felt threatened as our own personality was developing. So I love the Enneagram because it helps you understand more about the often unconscious motivations that you're operating from. I also like it because, a lot of people can feel like an assessment puts you in a box. The Enneagram's perspective is you're already in the box. You're in the box of your type. Let's teach you how to get out of it every once in a while by making you more aware of it. So that's why I like the Enneagram. Today we are going to talk about type 3. I work with a lot of type 3s. A lot of type 3s find me. Type 3s, they are busy, they are energetic, they are fast-paced, and they are affirmation seeking. So what's important to note here is that any of us can be busy, energetic, fast-paced, and affirmation seeking. If something is showing up on this slide, it's because it is especially true for the type 3s. And so they are really usually comfortable with the spotlight. They seek the spotlight. They want the affirmation of the spotlight, right? And so it's all about performing for the 3s. They want to perform well, and they want people to think that they do well. And so they're really great at kind of rising to the level of expectations, which is great if their own desires and feelings align with those expectations. Not great if they don't, right? So anyway, 3s are a lot of fun. They're full of energy. They often take on a lot, which is why they tend to find me and the GIST program, because I help them manage all the stuff they're taking on, and I help them be more realistic about how much they should take on and set boundaries. So a lot of 3s tend to find me. 3s and 7s find me a lot. So let's take a look at some of the tendencies of the 3s. Whoops, I did, yeah. Okay. Oh no, I think these are off somehow. Hold on, did I click the wrong thing? Okay. Sorry. So 3s their productivity comes easy to them because they're just great at quote unquote getting things done, if that's how you define productivity, right? So they're able to get stuff done. They're driven by that need to be seen as successful. And it can be really challenging for them to slow down because they want to just charge forth and really get things done and really live up to the expectations of other people. And so when it comes to tips for the 3, I think we have our titles mixed up on this slide. Sorry about that. You want to remind yourself that taking on too much can lead to burnout. That's very common for 3s, is just to take on so much because you're trying to live up to the expectations of the world around you. So it's going to be important to think about what matters to you and take on what's most important and figure out how to set boundaries for the rest of it. Again, the way we set things up in GIST, it can be a really good reality check for my 3s to help them see what they've taken on, how much time they really have, so that they can either renegotiate their commitments, reset expectations, change the deadlines, or just drop things all together. The second tip is to make sure to resist the urge to rush through tasks in order to take on something new. They're so excited about accomplishing the next thing, that the end of their projects can tend to get rushed. And that obviously could lead to messiness, that could lead to mistakes, that could lead to errors. So really be thoughtful about your pace for my type 3s out there. Be thoughtful about your pace as you're wrapping up your projects. Make sure that you're wrapping them up with the same energy and attention and intention that you had to start the project itself. And then finally, make sure that you carve out time for creative, non-competitive endeavors. Be sure to carve out time for the things that don't have any scorekeeping, any goal in mind. Maybe it's just like, I can see a 3 say like, oh, I'm going to take a painting class and I'm going to figure out how to paint this, in half the time, right? No, we want you to lose track of time. We want you to get lost in a project. And if you just kind of throw up in your mouth a little bit, you might be a 3, right? So be thinking about, if you're a 3, how can you do things that are a little bit more loose, a little bit more creative and that don't have you either, pitting yourself against other people or that don't have you, trying to achieve some sort of goal or score or end game. So I hope that's helpful for my threes out there. And if that sounds like somebody I hope that's helpful for you in relating with them, because that's part of what we do here. That's part of why I show up here every week and we talk about Myers-Briggs on Mondays and Enneagram on Wednesdays, is I want to help foster understanding of yourself, but also foster your understanding and acceptance and appreciation of other people as well. So foster understanding, acceptance, and appreciation of yourself and of other people so you guys can come together to do cool stuff, right? So that's why I share this kind of information with you, is to help you do better and relate better and get more amazing things accomplished in the world through collaboration and with other people. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you found this bit of time inspiring, motivating, and actionable. And if you did, please share this video with your people. Let's create that positive ripple out into the world that I know we all need now more than ever. And remember, if you need anything at all to help you move forward what matters in your life, I am here for you. Take care. Bye-bye.